Hi guys, thank you all for watching and welcome back to Sewing Lara. Today I will show you how I made these cute checked pajama pants. Definitely my favorite pajama pants. I created the sewing pattern myself and I will explain to you how you can do that too. So first I will show you a sketch of the pattern. I will also explain a few details that are important to know in order to be able to create your own pattern, and then we'll go through everything step by step. So if that's something you're interested in, then please keep watching. Alright guys, so here we have a sketch that should help you to understand how I created the sewing pattern for my pajama or sweatpants. Here we have a sketch of skinny jeans because that's what I used as a template. In theory, you could use also leggings. However, nowadays leggings are usually extremely stretchy, and when you take them off, they are so much smaller than they will be when you put them on. So the size would not be really correct. That's why I personally prefer using rather skinny jeans, because when you take them off, they still keep the same shape. So skinny jeans hug your body in all places. They hug your curves, they are very tight at the bottom, the crotch is exactly where your crotch is, and the width of the waistband is basically just the width of your waist. Whereas sweatpants or pajama pants are much wider. They usually have a cuff on the bottom. Sometimes they're just folded inwards and there are elastic bands, but most of the time they have a cuff. The crotch sits a little bit lower, so there are some differences, and I had to take that into consideration. So this is a sketch of skinny jeans when I folded them so that I would see a half of the front part and half of the back part. You have to keep in mind that when you fold them, you will see more than just this curve at the bottom. I'll show you in a minute. And you will not see this entire curve when you fold the pants. It's just the way the pattern is. So when I take my skinny jeans and fold them here on the back, when you look inside this, there's still a little piece of this curve. So when you're copying the edges, you have to add this much to the curve. Otherwise, this curve would be too short. Whereas when I fold them outside so that I see the front curve, so you can see the front pockets, I see the rest of the back part. So don't copy that for the front part. You can fold it in like so, and then you have only the front curve. So that's very important. My plan was to have pajama pants with cuffs on the bottom and an elastic waistband. So I had to keep in mind that if I would copy the full length of my skinny jeans, the pants would end up being a little bit too long. So let's say this is the finish height of the cuffs. That would be A, right? So I reduced the length of the pants by a little bit less than A. About like A minus twice the seam allowance, right? And then I ended up with this length, which basically is a picture of the finished pattern. Everything that's marked blue is basically a copy of the jeans, including the waistband, because that's exactly the length that the crotch should sit lower. So I basically just copied this. And then when I added a waistband, the crotch was a bit lower than on the skinny jeans, right? And the length of the pants is minus the width of the finished cups minus seam allowance. Now here we have a rectangle that represents a half of the waistband. It's a simple rectangle. If this is the finish width of waistband, that is B, the whole height of the rectangle here, this sides, are twice B, because I'll be folding it in the middle. I will do the same for the cuffs. And this is just a half, which means I will grab my fabric, fold it in half, place the rectangle for my waistband like so, and cut out the fabric. And when I unfold the fabric, I will end up with a rectangle that's twice as wide than the pattern, so this should also help you to understand what I mean, right? Everything that's marked in yellow is the actual sewing pattern. Here the white additional piece of rectangle shows you how it's gonna look like when you unfold the fabric, which is this. And for the cuffs, because they are smaller than the waistband, I made the entire width of the cuffs, and again, this is the finished height, A, so this should be twice A, and here this line in the center is here so that I know I will be folding it. Here we have the cuff, so this is A, and the entire cuff, because it's been folded, is twice A, right? But when I sew it in, I will have the height of the cuff, which equals A. And same goes for the waistband. So here we have the finished waistband, and you can see it's been folded. So this is B, and the entire piece that's been folded is B times 2. So I hope that this has been understandable. And now let's jump into the tutorial. So I will show you even how I actually copied the pattern step by step. And now you should understand all the details a little bit better. As a first step, I had to create the sewing pattern. I used my favorite skinny jeans that fit me well as a base for the pattern. I folded the jeans with the front side upwards, and I outlined the edges, including the waistband. Then I folded the jeans with the back side up. I again outlined the edges with the waistband included. I made sure the inside of the back part in the crotch was also fully copied. Next, I added about an inch on each side. I drew a rectangle for the waistband and a rectangle for the cuffs. The rectangle for the waistband was a half of the waistband. The rectangle for the cuffs was a full width. I also shortened the bottom by a bit since I was going to add the cuffs. I simply eyeballed it. Here is the finished pattern in detail. Here is what the parts looked like once I cut them out of the fabric. The front parts, the back parts, both cuffs, and two halves of the waistband. First, I pinned both halves of the waistband together. On one side, I marked the half with a small cut. I have sewn one side on my overlock machine, the other side only halfway through with a straight stitch. On the side that has been sewn only halfway through, I folded the seam sideward. Next, I folded the waistband in half. I pinned the edges in place for the time being. Here is what the waistband looked like so far. Here we have the sides from the outside and inside. This is the side where the seam is open for now, so I can put in elastics later. As a next step, I pinned together the sides of each cuff. I have sewn the sides on my overlock. I folded the cuffs in half and pinned the edges in place for now. I marked the center with a small cut. And here we have the waistband and the cuffs. I pinned both front sides of the pants together in the center and the back parts too. I went in with my overlock. Then I pinned the sides of the front and back parts together and sewn it on my overlock. Here is what the pants look like so far. I pinned the waistband to the pants. I have sewn it in on the overlock. I have pinned the cuffs to the bottom of the pants. I stretched them out to the width of the bottom of the pants since they were narrower. Next, I have sewn a few rows through the waistband for the elastic bands. And then it looked like this. I measured the necessary length for my waistband and pulled into each row elastic. Here is what it looked like. I only had to stitch the ends of the elastics together and then my pants were done. So that's how I made my checked pajama pants and the sewing pattern. I also made one version for my husband. It's pretty much the same, the only difference is the pants have inside pockets on the front part, and that's something I'm gonna show you in my next video. So stay tuned, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Thank you all so much for watching, I appreciate you guys very much, and see you soon. Bye!